So if you are coming to the US and you're like me, please abort mission. Everybody's just running somewhere. Everybody's going somewhere. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the theology about that. Everybody's just calm down.
Yeah.
Life is not like that.
Take it easy. Where is everybody going to now? Kilo shele nibi. Kilo
No.
shele. Hello everyone, it's your girl Ms. Priscilla Kuma. Thanks for subscribing. All new subscribers, welcome to my channel. As the topic already depicts, it's another interesting information. You know this is the right information hub, and watch this video to the end. Share this video with other people. Thank you to my new subscribers from SVTV Africa, from Tasha Lord, from Mr. Sari, from Becky Setre, from Jamilymicha. I thank you all for watching my videos, and every day we have something very informative for you. So today I have brought here with me Jamilymicha. I'm sure you saw me on her channel, and now she's on my channel. Before then, do you know of USRN Pathway Consult? Okay, I'm the lead consultant at USRN Pathway Consult. We help you navigate the USRN journey. To be a nurse in America is so cumbersome, paperwork are so stressful, and it's expensive, and it will kill you. And we have made it simple for you. Leave all that headache to us. Leave all that headache to us. We'll handle it for you. We'll help you through the process. Find us on Facebook, USRN Pathway Consult. Email me at usrnpathwayconsult@gmail.com and WhatsApp me. All the information will be in the description box in this video and in the comment section as well. So let's do that. Hi, Jamilymicha. Welcome to my channel.
Hi.
I'm so happy you're here today.
Same here.
How are you doing?
I'm good. And you?
I'm okay. Just a little tired, but I'm okay.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, can you introduce yourself to my viewers, please?
Hi, guys. My name is Jennifer, and I'm from Africa, Nigeria to be precise. I'm a nurse, and I recently moved from the UK to the US. Thank you for having me, Priscilla.
Yes, I'm so glad we were able to make this happen. So many of my viewers have been asking they want to move to the US based on various personal reasons, and I'm happy to find somebody who has done it and is able to share with us. So you moved from Nigeria to UK. What motivated that?
So, for the motivation, I believe that if there's anybody that wants to move abroad or travel abroad, they have their reasons, and one of which is better life and more opportunity. And that's what happened in our case. We just wanted better life and more opportunities, so we decided to move.
Okay, and you moved twice. We'll come to that. But how was life in UK? How was the process like for you moving from Nigeria to UK?
Okay, the process was faster than we thought. It was faster and it was more straightforward. So it's actually a point-based visa. So you just submit all your documents, and then they will make a decision. So it was really faster than the US.
So you were a nurse in UK, and for how long were you a nurse in UK before coming over?
Okay, so we moved in 2019, and then we left the UK in 2020. That's this year.
2022. Wow. And I understand your husband is also a nurse.
Yes, he is.
Nice. So what made you move from UK to US?
Okay. We had a commitment at first before leaving Nigeria. Before leaving Nigeria, we had a commitment, and then so we thought it was going to be fast, but US processing, it was taking a long time, so we just wanted to leave the country. So we decided to go into the UK. So when we got to the UK, it was still slow. Pandemic came, and then some other issues. So we just stayed there for some time. So at first we thought maybe it wouldn't take forever. So we just removed our mind, and all of a sudden, after the pandemic reduced, so the process started again, and it was faster than we thought. So and that was why we came into the US. So we already had a commitment, and we already knew that US was the goal. So we just wanted UK.
Yeah, as a transit point. Okay, so this reason is not different from anybody I've spoken to in the UK who wants to move to the US. They are just using UK, unfortunately, as a transit point. You enter the plane, you land there, you pause there a little bit, and you move on. So I believe you worked in UK as a nurse for at least not less than a year. And what type of nursing did you do? Medical floor, surgical floor? What did you guys do? You and your husband, were you in a... the
Okay.
same facility, yeah.
Okay. So for me, I worked in a care home,
Okay.
in a nursing home. I think they call it nursing home here in the US. So
Yes.
what take care of the elderly, and yeah, so that's what I did. I worked in a care home, and then I worked there for some time,
Mhm.
and then moved and changed to agency nursing full time. So I was just more like a freelancer. So anytime I had different agencies I was working with, and then so I was doing before moving into the US. But for him, he was working in the med surg department in the NHS.
Okay, nice. So let's dwell on US. You are now in US, so let's forget about all the UK thing.
Mm.
How has it been? What's the process for somebody, a nurse who wants to move from UK to US? What do they have to do step by step?
Okay, first of all, because I get this question a lot, I just want to say something that if you are a UKRN, does not mean that you can work in the US with your license. So a UKRN, a UK registered nurse, is only for the UK. But if you want to work in the US, you need to take the licensure exam, that is the NCLEX. And after you've taken the exam, there you're a USRN. So it's the same process everywhere. So if you are applying from overseas, let's say in Africa, the same process you pass through the evaluation, visa process, everything is still the same process you still pass through when you're in the UK. So the only difference is if you are, maybe you graduated from a university in the UK, or you went to a college of nursing in the UK, your verification will be different from those from Africa. I think it's a lot faster. In the UK, you just send it just electronically. They do it very fast here in the UK. Sorry. So that's the only difference. So first of all, as you all know, you need to be a registered nurse. If you are not a registered nurse, you cannot be a registered nurse in the US. So you need to be a registered nurse first. And then secondly, you need an evaluation, a credentialing evaluation company. And there are a lot of them. I think ERS now, and CGFNS. So, but the one I used was CGFNS. And then so you register with them. After that, they will, I think it's about $390 now. So they will now ask you to send your documents, and one of which is the verification of license. And that's where you will now send your license. So if you are a UK RN and also an RN from Africa, maybe Nigeria RN or Ghana RN or Zimbabwe RN, and maybe you had your first degree in nursing from Ghana, you need to send the Ghana verification of license. You can also send the UK license if that's a bonus, but it's not compulsory. But they need your first degree in nursing, where you had your first degree. So you need to send that. And also you need your transcript from your university. So if you schooled in UK, you know how to send your transcript, and also from other parts. Then also you need your SSE. That's we call it either NECO or WAEC in West Africa Examination Council.
Yeah.
In Nigeria. I think it's the same thing with
The
Ghana.
same thing in Ghana, yes.
Yes,
We call
yes.
it WASSC. We call it WASI, but it's West Africa Certificate something. Yeah,
Okay.
same
So
thing.
yeah, so that's, you need to send that as well. And also you need you need the board of nursing. So at that time you should know where you're going to in the US. So you need to choose your state, and you have your reason why you're choosing your state. So any state you choose, you need the board of nursing registration as well, because a CES report will be sent to them at the end of the evaluation. So for the board of nursing, I just want to say something. If you are a UK RN, you know that you can use your license to work in Northern Ireland, in England, in Wales, and in United Kingdom. But here in the US, it's not like that. Your license will be, maybe you're registered with board of nursing in the state of Florida or state of Georgia. It's for that state. Your license is for that state. But that does not mean that you have to take another NCLEX. No. So you just inform your board of nursing that you'll be working in this state, and then they will send your license over to the state in which you work. So that's it. So you need to send the CES report. You're not sending it. CGFNS will send it directly to the board of nursing. So after they have received it, they will want you to maybe pay for Pearson VUE, and then it's about $200 from the UK. Still the same amount, $200. And then after paying, it will take some time for them to process it, and then they will not give you ATT, authorization to test for the NCLEX. So if you want to sit for the NCLEX, you need to take the NCLEX in London. They have a center in London. And then for those in Africa, South Africa is the only place in Africa, the whole of Africa, you can take your NCLEX. And then you can go to India, Philippines, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and some other countries here. So, but for those in the UK, you will take your NCLEX in London. So after you've taken your NCLEX, congratulations, you are now a USRN. So from there, you can now decide to register with an agency if you want to come through an agency, or if you want to maybe apply on your own. I won't lie, it's not easy, honestly. It's not easy applying on your own. So you just need support. And that's where you get support from other agencies. But if you want to maybe minimize, if you want it to be less stressful, you can just go through
USRN Pathway Consult. Yes, we'll do everything for you. It's so stressful. Oh my God, it's so lengthy and it's very frustrating.
So that's where we have Priscilla. So if you just don't want any stress, you can go through, they'll put you through, and then they'll hold your hands as you're applying. So that's basically it. So like I said, the process is no different from, it's still the same process if you're applying from Nigeria or Ghana and UK. So it's the same process, yeah.
That's what you get when you have a colleague YouTuber on the channel. They touch on all the topics before you even start asking questions. So from the time you sent in your application, how long did it take before you got your credential evaluation? 2 months, 3 months? Did you do it by yourself? Did you do everything with an agency?
Okay. For me, I did it myself. Okay. But for my husband, he used an agency.
Okay.
So coming to the US, I had to come through a spousal visa. Of course, we're both nurses, and you won't advise us to come through agency. Yeah, it's of no use. So one person has to come through the other. So for me, I did it myself. I applied and everything. Yeah. So I applied directly, and it took me about 8 weeks. I kept calling CGFNS. That's the disadvantage.
You can never get them.
Yeah, I'm not trying to spoil their business, but I was sending emails, but I had to call, maybe because I was in the UK. So for me to go.
I went through the same thing in the US here. It took me close to 2 years before I went through. So if you call them, you can never get them.
So that's basically it. It took me more than 2 months. What am I even saying? I said 8 weeks, more than 2 months. And also the time the pandemic came. So you can imagine they are short staff, this and that, pandemic and all that. So I just had to, lay low, and that was what delayed me.
After you got the report, I'm sure at that point you have already chosen a state, so they send the report to the state. How long did it take before you got your ATT attestation to test?
Okay, it took about it depends on your state. Actually, I just got to know that it depends on the states. I know that. So guys, if you want to apply, please check states that will give you ATT fast. Because my state was state of Minnesota. That was what I used, because at that time, I won't lie, I was supposed to go to Minnesota, but I had a change of mind later on. So, but since you can actually change your license or transfer your license, so it wasn't a big deal for me to change my license to Rhode Island, because I graduated about 10 years ago. So they said I needed to do a review course. So I did a review course with Kaplan, and this time it was very close to me getting my ATT. So, they have to evaluate what you sent and everything. So they said, they just noticed that my license, I graduated 10 years ago, and that they needed me to do a review course. And those review course, you have Kaplan review course, you have McLean review course. So they will give you the list, or a list of the review course they want you to do, actually. So from the review course, I chose Kaplan. So I used Kaplan and I studied with them for some months. So after I studied with them, then they will send you a letter or a form that you will send to Kaplan. So Kaplan will have to fill it to let them know that, see, Jennifer has studied so and so. She has had a refresher course. I think it's refresher course they call it, yeah.
Yes.
So after I did the refresher course, course rather. So that was when they asked me to send the form. I didn't send it directly. They're not allowed to send it directly. So they will send it to the board of nursing. So that was what we did, or I did. And then they send it to the board of nursing. So after that, I kept calling again. You have to still call to chase up your document. Don't just send anything. One thing about America and even in the UK, if you send something, don't wait, don't sit back. You have to chase them up. If you want it to happen soon, you have to chase them up. So that was what I did. And then after sending it, I kept calling. I think maybe because I kept calling and calling and calling. So they got fed up. And then about it took me about 3 to 4 weeks and I got my ATT.
Okay. So I'm going to take you back a little bit. The refresher course, was it a requirement for Minnesota State? Who asked you to do it?
Okay. It was my board of nursing. That's Minnesota Board of Nursing. Yes. So because during registration, they will tell you this is what they need. They'll send you, as soon as you register with them, they'll send you this is what they need. And one includes the CES report. Yeah. So they sent after I sent the CES report, they acknowledged they received the CES report. I even forgot to mention, as soon as they received the CES report, I asked them, what next? Because I needed to know. I've spent a lot of time. So they said that my English test, they just realized that the IELTS result I sent to CGFNS had expired. But I was like, I've gotten my CES reports already, so why do I need IELTS again? And I've been working in England for some years, so why do I need IELTS? They said that does not matter, that I still needed to take another IELTS. It was frustrating, guys. So that's another thing. And I know Priscilla has said that in her videos. Make sure you know the board of nursing that does not require IELTS. But I know you need IELTS for your visa screening, but make sure you know that it's very important, because if I had known that there's some states that does not require IELTS, I would have registered with those states. So I had to take another IELTS in England again. So it was stressful for me, and you can imagine I almost gave up. But anyway, so I took it and then I sent it to them. I didn't send it directly. You know, you have to send it. The IELTS or whatever, British Council will have to send it down to your board of nursing. So after they received it, they acknowledged it. They said that the review course, you need to do it again. So they were not telling me once, this is what you need to do. So they were just referring me back. So I did the review course. The state of Minnesota asked me to take a review course because it's been over 5 years I graduated from nursing school. So that was why I did the review course.
Okay. So this is what we always say. Some of the states will frustrate you. This is not the first time I'm hearing such a news from Minnesota Board of Nursing. They have been doing back and forth with 2 nurses I know, and they still haven't pulled through. So when you are choosing a state, you need to really go online. And unfortunately, we don't have information from people who schooled outside, like the Ghana, Nigeria, and putting things out there for people to look on. That is why you went and chose Minnesota and went through all this trouble. It would have been faster for you. Okay, so Jenny, you want to tell me what advice do you have from people, especially those watching from UK who want to move to the US? What did you do that you had regrets and you say, oh, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have applied here? Give me any advice for people watching from outside the US.
Okay, personally, I don't like stress. Anything that will stress me, I don't like it. So if I'd had the opportunity to get someone that will walk me through this process or hold my hand, so, Jennifer, do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't register with this board of nursing, do this, it would have been better. So if you do have somebody out there that can give you such information, please hold them tight, because it's going to be very useful. So I didn't have that. So imagine me going through all the stress like I earlier enumerated, taking IELTS again, and you know most people don't want to get that IELTS. So taking IELTS again and doing my process. So if I had people telling me all this, it would have been easier for me. So people like Priscilla, you know, people like, you know, any US YouTuber, just hold them tight. So that's the advice I have for you, because it would be very, very beneficial. But the US process is not for the faint-hearted. It's not, because the goal, you know, it's that a lot of benefits. There are a lot of benefits, but the thing is the stress. But I think to some extent, I feel like it's worth it. It's worth it at the end of the day. It's worth it. Like now, I'm here, I'm happy and all that, but you won't even think of the stress I went through. So if you had somebody like that, I think it would be best. That's what I have to say.
Okay, so my question is, you keep mentioning you took an English test. Did you use the academic IELTS, IELTS, or did you have to do another professional one? Which one did you give them? Did you write or take?
Okay, for the English test, I used IELTS Academic. Although when I got that letter or the form from them, they told me that I needed to take an English competency test. So they didn't just say take IELTS; they just said English competency test, and one of which is IELTS, TOEFL, that's T TOEFL and TOEIC. I'm not sure if I that's TOEIC. So
Yes.
these ones were the ones they mentioned on their website. So when I just chose IELTS, but it's IELTS Academic I used and they accepted it. So I believe that they accept the IELTS Academic. It's the same IELTS I use for my UK. But the only problem is it expired when it got to the Board of Nursing. So I had to take another IELTS Academic. So I didn't have to take any professional.
You take the IELTS, it expires in 2 years. So your goal is you want to focus on the NCLEX and take the NCLEX and know you are very close before you take the IELTS. If you take the IELTS first and you wait till 2 years, it's going to expire. You have to retake it, pay double, go through stress and all that. And you don't want to do that at all. And also, we found out that on the CGFNS website, they tell you that they can waive the English test if you can prove that your education was done in English, if you use English textbooks. And it's unfortunate that the whole of Africa, most of us, our schools are in English, but we still have to take the IELTS. And South Africa, they waive you, they don't let you take any IELTS or any English test. So I don't know why we from Nigeria, we from Ghana, they can't waive it for us. We speak so much good English, we write so much good English, we have thesis and research papers all in English. But I know the Ghana government is working on getting the IELTS waived for Ghanaians, so we are waiting for that information. That would be very good to share. So let's just summarize. So you packed your baggage and you entered America. And you've lived in UK, you lived in Nigeria. What was the first things that surprised you? Was the rooms were bigger? Because I hear UK, your rooms are really, really tiny. That is something. So what do you see? What surprised you when you got here? What was like different from the UK and the US, the environments and all?
The first thing that I already knew about the house and I already knew about the buildings and all that. So I knew that US houses are way bigger than the UK. So I knew that before coming. But the one that surprised me is the driving. When in the UK, I never learned how to drive because I personally did not want to go through that stress. And the transportation was just there. So, and my house was like 5 minutes walk from my workplace. So I was like, there's no need. My son's school was very close. My husband's workplace is close. So I didn't even think of such. But when I got here, I was like, it's going to be the same thing in the US. After all, they are all overseas. But when I came here, I was frustrated. I spent a lot of money on Uber and I just needed to drive. So if you are coming to the US and you're like me, please abort mission. Learn how to drive because it's not going to be easy for you. And honestly, I've heard people talk about or say that if you are coming to the US or if you're living in the US and you don't know how to drive, you cannot survive it because a lot of expenses and yeah, so just learn how to drive. That was the first thing that shocked me. And also the highways. Everybody's just running somewhere. Everybody's going somewhere. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the theology about that. Everybody's just calm down.
Yeah.
Life is not like that.
Where is everybody going to now? Kilo shele nibi. Kilo shele.
Okay. So that thing. But in another thing is the food. See, I think we just done another video because we have a lot of this.
Yes. We're gonna do a difference between UK and US video. We're gonna do a difference between UK nursing and American nursing. We have a lot of content coming for you. Now you see a Ghana face and Nigeria face. And I keep forgetting to mention, if you don't know, there's Niger in my blood, okay? I spent 10 years of my life on Niger. I spent 10 years of my life in Nigeria. I speak Yoruba. It was 100%, but now it's dropped down to like 96 or 95%. So yeah, Mobo Yoruba Dada, Mama so Yoruba Nile. So thank you very much, Jenny, for coming onto my channel. Any last words? Anything at all you want to share with me? Anything at all?
Okay. First of all, your Yoruba make me blush. When you put it, like it's so sweet to hear.
It's so sweet and sexy.
Last words, I just want to say that if you're coming to the US, I know there are a lot of videos, a lot of news about the US, gun violence. It's not good to come to the US. It's not. I know. I see this a lot, and in fact, we see that every day. We see that. We attest to that. But you know your goal. I'll say make use of your browser very well.
Yeah.
Check for safe. I know it's not everywhere. Me, I've been sleeping here. Although my state is very tiny, people say it's a tiny state and it's very small. But I searched the internet before coming here. You can do that. So do not be discouraged. You know why you are here. I know safety is very paramount. Safety is very important, but it's not everybody. It's not everywhere in the US. So hopefully, we are still believing in God. We are optimistic that it will reduce very soon. So that's all I have to say. Do not be discouraged.
If you happen to be partnered with a nurse and the two of you are trying to move, it's better for one person to just send the application than the spouse, the partner just attaches. Because if you were still waiting for your process, you'd still be in UK, correct?
Correct.
But the agency fasting your husband's process. That's how come you guys were able to come together. And I'm sure they got a job for him in Rhode Island. That's how come you live there. Okay. Yes. So thank you very much, Jenny. And I know we'll be doing this more often, and I can't wait for more collaborations in the future. Thank you for your time. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Bye-bye.